minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, and liftoff.
That's right. That is right.
What's up?
It's that time.
Going on, fellas?
Yeah. What's happening?
Gents. Got the three horsemen in here tonight.
For the
Oh, we might be able to
horns.
get four. Eventually, four will happen again. Promise. It's
Sure.
hard to get. It's like herding cats. It's hard to get all of us in the same place at the same time. But we will make it happen eventually. But for tonight, we got the three of us, and got a lot of good stuff to talk about. We are live streaming on YouTube as we speak.
Look at us.
Our subscribers.
Get in,
Look at
people.
us.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Get
They
in,
are
get in,
seeing
people.
us live, and
I mean,
yeah,
This is good. It's got to be as big as the presidential address, I'm assuming, right?
pretty much.
Absolutely.
I don't see
Pretty
real-time
important.
stats, but I'm pretty sure I think the continent of Asia is probably very much tuned in right now. So this is gonna be
Big fans over there.
They love
What is
Big
it?
fans.
They love us.
4:58 in the afternoon. They got nothing better to do.
Honestly, I swear, in Asia, it's like it's the NBA and us. It's like
And us, yeah.
We are second to Yao Ming. Like,
Right.
Yao was a national treasure, though, so I'll give that to Yao. He's a treasure.
We'll give him the edge because our show's still new.
Yeah.
We're coming for you, Yao.
Yeah,
You're next,
Yao.
Yao Ming. We're coming for you. All
Oh,
right.
man.
So listen, man, this is a Thursday night special. For the people that know, we normally do these things on Tuesday. So Tuesday we try to record long form content. We talk about the weekend, stuff like that. We may actually start moving some things around a little bit. We're still, talking through the details of what that looks like. But Thursday night special, and wanted to kind of talk through some stuff. This is going to be a little looser than usual. Typically when we're doing this, we're just kind of, kicking it around, talking NFL. Again, we're doing it on Tuesday. So we're typically talking about the previous weekend, what we saw in the games, breaking news, all that type of stuff. This time we're going to do it a little bit differently because there's no real reason to talk too much about last weekend, right? We can touch on a couple little games or something, but at this point, if you don't know what happened last weekend in college football or the NFL, then you're not a fan anyway. So don't worry about it. You're probably not on this show. You're not listening to us if that's the case. So, so figure it out on your own. You got Google. Outside of that, though, we're going to talk about, just this is going to be more of a hangout session tonight. We will touch on some sports stuff, but, thought we could just kind of catch up a little bit and see where the night takes us. That's kind of the nice thing about having your own show. You do what the hell you want to do. So for us, we're just we're gonna do it like that. So I don't know who wants to start us off on any interesting things, any topics you want to touch on, and we'll jump on the grenade first.
Yeah, sure. Why not? I jumped on a glass lid today, so maybe we can start with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Breaking news for the folks out there.
Listen.
And skin. Don't forget breaking skin.
Listen, I don't know about any of your all's wives, but my wife has to have a thing for a thing, right? So dish soap comes in a dish container.
Oh, gotcha,
right?
gotcha.
Squeeze it out.
Yeah.
No, we're a bougie household, and so she's got it in a pump. So now I gotta pump out to get the dish soap and put it on there. So I was making coffee today. We have an espresso machine, and it comes in a box, right?
Yeah.
So it's already got coffee. It's got a box. It's a sleeve for coffee. Don't really need one, but it's Halloween time, so
Pumpkin
why
spice.
not have a pumpkin jar glass that we can put our coffee? I have to take the lid off, grab the pod, put it in to make the coffee. I was running behind, run a little late, trying to get a bunch of stuff done. So grab it, put the lid on, put the pod in, right? Go to sit it down. It slips off of its perch onto the ground. I'm going to catch it, apparently.
Sure.
Is it's
You're an athlete.
place. Yeah. Pretty good athlete. So averaged about 2 points a game in high school. So
Yeah. Okay.
not bad.
Yeah,
Not bad. Not bad.
absolutely.
And I'll say this to the audience: we didn't plan on bringing this up tonight, so you weren't bragging when you said that.
No,
Like, this was
no.
Don't look me
Yeah.
up. Don't look me up. It's not a big deal. Don't Google me or anything. It's not a big deal.
No,
Not a
Be
big deal.
specific out of the state of Pennsylvania, right? That's where they need to narrow down their search.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay, just making
You'll
sure.
find
you know,
Okay.
we're
almost
sure.
2 points a game. 1.3 is almost 2.
Yeah, sure.
We round
sure.
up. We round up here.
Yes.
1.6 rebounds per game. I was a pretty good defensive machine. You know, they put me in.
The worm.
Yeah,
Yeah, defensive specialist. Absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah.
So,
White
yeah.
worm.
So, anyways, so this thing falls on the ground, and as I'm like going to catch it, it literally slips through my hands onto the ground, and I step on it, right? And it's just shattered all over the place. A few choice words come out. My dog is like, what's going on?
Sure.
He's scared. So, like, of course, there's glass everywhere. I look at my foot. I don't really see much. Clean it up and just go about my business and turn around, and literally the entire house is covered in my blood footprints. I mean,
Murder scene.
So
It
is this like
looked
is your Die Hard moment here where you're barefoot in the Nikotami
100%.
building and you're just walking, leaving just a trail of your blood everywhere?
it's everywhere.
Hans Gruber is about to say, what?
It's like I invited Jeffrey Dahmer over,
I was just- maybe you
for
were
a
celebrating the
sleepover.
release of Dahmer on Netflix.
I mean, where is this blood coming from? And yeah, so it was coming from me. It was coming from my foot.
And you know what? Spoiler alert, Dahmer said the exact same thing when the cops came into his apartment. He was like, where
What
is
is
blood coming
this?
from?
What?
I'm the victim here. I didn't
So that was
know anything about the blood.
so that was a great day. So yeah,
So you just
thank-
tracked blood all over your house. And
just
then
all over the house. Yeah.
you
just
gotta clean up
everywhere.
Glass, and then you got to clean up blood. Two
Yeah.
things that are almost impossible to be able to
Positive. There's still some glass in my foot. I'm 100% positive because this thing, like, it didn't shatter in like big chunks. They were just like
Right.
these most minute. It was the craziest like explosion. It just the tiniest snowflakes of glass all over the place. So I'm sure.
Except it's glass.
It's glass.
Jumping up into your foot.
so it was good. And so before we jumped on, I had to go pick up the oldest from school detention. So yeah, great, good job. And the kids needed haircuts, so I was like, all right, let's run, let's get haircuts. You know, I got to get back in time for the show. What are we gonna eat, right? So McDonald's is literally next door. Listen, I never eat McDonald's except for breakfast because it's disgusting. But it was there. It was like, fine,
Yeah.
let's go. So
That's
the wife met me. She took the kids home. I went into McDonald's to order the food. A zoo of a place. This place was a straight up zoo, and someone had the nerve to ask them if their fries were gluten free.
Mm,
Oh,
And I'm going to tell you,
solid. Good question.
the guy deadpanned this guy and said, dude, I have no idea. McDonald's has been making fries the same way for 40 years.
Longer
No
than that.
way, man.
Longer than that, bud.
I am not the man to ask.
Look, man, I don't know. We've been making fries the same way for 40 years. I couldn't tell you if they're gluten free or
We started making fries before anyone knew what gluten was. There was no gluten
like-
when we started making fries.
And I'm just like, dude, if that, like, you've got
Wow.
worse things to worry about if you're eating first
You're
off
over
at
at
McDonald's. Like, does it matter at that
Yeah.
point?
Yeah, it's like, come
Yeah.
on, dude. You're here. You're at McDonald's at this point. Like, whatever
yeah.
they tell you is in the food, you just have to accept it. You're not in the position to be picky at that point. You're there because
Right.
you're in a desperate position.
Yeah, like, this is your first time in this restaurant. Like, what is this place of the arches? Well, they have golden arches. This must be fancy.
Beautiful, majestic. It's like if I was crawling through the desert and somebody gave me a bottle of water, I'm not gonna be like, is this ionized? Was this made with reverse osmosis? Like, there's absolutely no. It's just like just it doesn't matter what it is. If it's a guy just urinating, you're gonna be like, I'll take what I can get. At this
Sure,
point. And
just right in my mouth.
level.
Just right in my mouth. Yeah. So it was a fun day for me. So how about you all?
I tell you what, though, it's like anytime you have an adventure over there at McDonald's, it's always a good time because you never know. It's like almost going into Walmart, right? If you ever make that trek late night, that you're like, hey, yeah, I'll stop off at Walmart for whatever reason. Not that you ever need anything, but you just make that venture and
we
you
all
go
did
in.
This, just to be clear, we all did this because we went to college together.
Oh yeah.
And this is a thing we would end up doing. We won't talk about where we went to college or anything else, but just suffice to say, we all went to college together, and in a place where there just wasn't a ton to do.
Not at all.
One of the things that we'd end up doing at night, late at night,
Super Walmart,
was end up at Walmart and walking the aisles and looking around and
somehow spending $50.
Yeah. On God knows what,
Yeah.
Junk, always junk.
$50
Yeah.
we did not have.
Oh no.
Things we did not need.
Oh,
we're still paying that stuff off right now. We're still paying that off.
The credit card debt that I racked up just from Walmart alone at college. This is ridiculous.
Seriously. Again, it's like it's never ever a need, but you make that you make the choice, you go, and then you have to suffer the consequences later, right?
That's
it's like
right.
Yeah.
like you went to McDonald's, you didn't want to, it satisfied the need for the moment.
Right.
Later on, you might suffer for it. It is
Sure.
what it is.
No, you usually always suffer for it. Yeah. But it's a show. It's a fun show. So
Well, it's interesting too. I'll tell you. This is it. Kind of comes a little bit full circle. One of my first jobs, worked at McDonald's, and
Yes,
not only worked at McDonald's with our buddy here on the You Get the Horns show, T-Rock.
yes, you're
Him and
right.
I literally, we had another friend. I'll tell this story. We had a friend who was the manager of a McDonald's.
Oof.
Now, this guy was the last possible person that should be managing literally anything. I'm not even going to say like, managing a fast food restaurant or a business or managing. This guy couldn't manage to tie his shoes. Like, he was a disaster, right? A train wreck of a human on basically all. And I say all this. I also just introduced this by saying we had a friend that was the manager. This is how I talk about the guy. But it's all accurate. So this guy clearly no business being a manager of anything. So we end up our buddy T-Rock gets a job there, and I was not working there. So then he's like, man, you should come work here with us, man.
Sure, why not?
So
misery enjoys company.
Yeah, so I literally was just like, sure, man, that sounds cool. I'll do that. Also, fast forward a few years, that's the exact same way I ended up in college. Because
why not?
To the same school. He was like, dude, you should come down here and just go to college with me. And I was like, I guess so. Okay, cool. I'll do that. Never went to class, never did anything. It was a disaster.
Oh my God.
But that's all we have. Believe me, we could tell stories on top of stories.
I was gonna say that's another whole other story, but yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
But in general, so I was like, yeah, screw it. I'll work at this McDonald's. And what I found for myself, and I'm not, I don't know if I'm proud of this or not, or ashamed of it. I'm not sure, right? But I'm a good employee, man. I'm in McDonald's. I'm doing my thing. I'm there every day. I'm making everything. I'm all over the place. The one nightmare scenario for me was seeing anyone that I knew from outside of McDonald's.
Yeah.
Right? If I was back there, because I never worked the front. I was not at the register, right? Like, I did maybe a couple times, but outside of that, I was in the back, man. I'm like flipping. I'm like, all over the place, man. Tossing hamburger patties in the air. It was a sight. But the one thing, if I looked over like a little like rat and just like looked over, I peeked over and I saw up there anyone that I knew from my actual life.
Yeah.
I'm going in the deep freezer. Like, and I'm gonna stand in there till those people are gone. It was like there's and I don't know if other people are like this, right? So I can't say if other people have the same type of thing. But for me, it was very much like there's my work bubble of other people that are in the same shame spiral that I am that are working McDonald's. Now the difference is I was like, I don't know, 16 or something like that at this time.
Yeah.
There are people in there that are in their 50s and 60s, right? This is like their actual job. I did it because I got free apple pies and stuff like at that time.
Sure. Yeah.
And I have to believe McDonald's would have stopped this by now. But keep in mind now there are three of us that are working here. So it's me, it's T-Rock, and then we have our buddy who's the manager. So T-Rock's place was within walking distance. So we would work and then we would just load up, right? Now this is the stuff you can do when you're young, you can't do now when you get older.
Sure.
We'd sit there and make all kinds of crazy experimental stuff, right? I'm talking
Yes.
6 patty high, hamburgers and just everything you can think
6
of.
toplet cheeseburger.
Yeah, so we're making all kinds of crazy stuff. We're making whole batches of apple pies just for us to take home. And we walk out of there with like shopping bags full of stuff. And
All paid for, I'm sure.
Yeah, well, that's
All
the
paid
whole
for,
thing.
I'm sure.
At that time, it was like when you were leaving for the night, when you were locking up, because we would close. Well, it was like, hey, the leftover food was going to get tossed out, so it was no big deal. You could take it with you. So what we would do, like an hour before closing, we would just start making a whole bunch of food. That there was
no one's ever going to order it.
Because back then McDonald's wasn't open 24 hours like so many of them are now, right? They were, I don't know, 10 o'clock, whatever time it was.
Sure.
So 10, 11 o'clock, they're shutting down. We've made all kinds of extra foods. We're like, well, we don't want to throw it away. Well, who's going to tell us? I mean, our buddy's the manager, so he's coming over to hang out with us. So we just load all this stuff up and we walk over to T-Rock's house and we go down in the basement. We're watching Steven Seagal movies and Van Damme till 4 a.m. Just eating McDonald's apple pies and milkshakes and all this kind of stuff that, like, I swear to you, if I have one meal like at a place like McDonald's now, like I feel it later, like I just don't feel good, you feel tired and all that. It's just not healthy. But like back then, of course, you're young and your body's very stupid.
It was straight life.
Yeah, it was no big
inject
deal.
that into my veins.
Yeah.
No, absolutely.
Or something. So
that's absolutely it.
We did that and we worked there for a period of time. Like we worked there. I don't remember how long, at least 6 months or a year though. And we would just invent games to play and just like everything was just the whole McDonald's experience for us revolved around us, right? It was the three of us just hanging out, just doing stupid stuff. Never like we were never these guys, and I hate stories about these types of people that are like, I don't know, spitting in the food or doing it. Like I would never do something like that. I never had any desire to. That's not funny to me, Like I'm not trying to, you see a bunch of horrendous creatures that that come through, so it's like life's hard enough on the average McDonald's guest already. So like the last thing they need is me like throwing their food on the floor or something, right? And you don't get any pleasure out of that. So for me, that was never the thing, but it was just me having fun and being crazy. So yeah, so now, and it's very rare, again, same situation, that I would be in a McDonald's, but I try to empathize with the people that are, because I know it's not a fun job. And when you see that person who's like 45, 50 years old, you're just like, how many decisions that if you had made just a little bit different would have led you away from this? Like, were these right decisions that led you to McDonald's at this point in your life, or were they wrong decisions?
Yeah.
And, I'm always curious. That would be a great show, is just to go around to like various fast food restaurants or low end jobs and just ask people, like, tell me your story, man. Like, I'm just super interested. How'd you get here? What happened?
Right.
So trademark on that.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. How nice would it have been though to make $14-15 an hour when we were working back then?
I swear, I think I probably made like $4.75 or something.
If
like
that.
Yep. I think my first job was Taco Bell, and I still to this day funnest job I ever had.
Yeah.
Same scenario. Like just I mean, just goofing off. Like we would ask to close, and I think we closed at like 1 or 2 in the morning, and we would ask to close just so we could screw around. And we flooded the place, and just all sorts of stuff. Like just being complete and total idiots, and it's like, yeah, I want to say 4:35, something like that was like my first. It was my first hourly. I think it was about 4:35.
Crazy.
I mean, they couldn't have given us $15 an hour though. I mean, we blew that as it was. Could you imagine?
Sure, of course not.
Oh my goodness.
We could have handled it.
I think it's funny because we all have like we either worked at a place like that or we knew someone who worked at a place like that. And to piggyback on Tad's story, where you kind of hid when your friends like would show up, like my buddy Hacker, he started his first job was at a McDonald's, and it was right around the corner from our school. And the greatest thing about that is like after school, because he would leave early to go to start working there. Or if it was the weekend, we knew that he was working. Like we tried to do things legit. Like we would go through the drive-thru and we would order our meals. But for some strange reason, 6 bags later, and I'm talking about the ones where they put the breakfast stuff in because they're a little bit bigger, those bags. Like I'm talking about 6 bags later and stuff that like he damn well knew we weren't going to eat, but because he was getting off in a couple hours, he was going to be meeting up with us. We ended up taking and bringing them back to our place where we were hanging and, devouring everything that he gave us. And he would be looking for us to make sure we did come by because he knew we were hanging afterwards. He was just loading us up to get going by the time he met up with us. But now you're asking about people who become lifers, or they end up staying at McDonald's at an older, at elderly age. If you made, work is work. You got to do what you got to do.
Absolutely.
Hacker, that was his introduction into the, if you may, culinary world. He then went from there and went to a restaurant that we had. It was called Roadhouse. I'm sure you guys have had some version of that up by you guys. Not Texas. It was called Roadhouse. And so there's all types of different, plays on that name. And
Patrick
we don't
Swayze's
have Roadhouses
joint, right?
down here now. Now we just opened up a few years back a Texas Roadhouse. I want to say like maybe 8 years ago, a Roadhouse down here. And it was the only one that I know that we have. Anyways,
It was called,
but he took that experience and then he became a chef at Texas Roadhouse. And he started messing around with food. He caught the bug there. Then he started doing his own personal cooking to people on the island. He worked on, and I live near, I'm in South Florida. So Palm Beach, for people who don't know, is a very affluent area. And it's a nice area. And he started doing stuff for them. Now he has his own restaurant, and it all started. And I'm telling you, I see him at least once every other week. I go talk to him, and we still talk about the fact that he got his start at McDonald's, and that kind of went from there to now he has two restaurants that he has. And I'm telling you, it is life-changing because he has a career, he has a family now. He's a very well-known chef here in South Florida. He does outreaches. It is incredible how that whole thing started from that to where he's at now, and he has his own place. And Tad and Jeff, if you ever get down here, I'll definitely take you to his place. They do kind of like they're open from breakfast to a little bit past lunch, and they do catering in the evening time for dinners and stuff like that. But it is amazing to see, and his love is baking bread. That is his love, and he is an expert to me at it. And people come from all over to get his bread on top of all the meals and everything else that he does at his place. It's called Aioli. Shout out to Aioli.
Yeah,
Definitely would recommend anytime you guys are down here. And I apologize, Tad, that I've never taken you to it, but it is definitely worth going to and definitely getting into. And like I said, career started at McDonald's where now he has he has 2 places that he has restaurant wise, and he's very well known in South Florida for his stuff.
Awesome. Well, hey,
nice.
Shout out to Aioli. We said it right, Aioli.
Aioli, yep.
Palm Beach, Florida. Check it out, man. You're gonna like it. Guarantee
That's
that.
right.
I have no doubt. No doubt.
Consider
One thing I'm
sending
gonna
us.
do really quick here, guys. One thing
Oh.
I'm going to do super quick, just while we're talking. I'm actually going to shoot a quick video for our TikTok
Uh-oh.
friends as well. Never
TikTok.
tried to do this before, so I'm doing this now. I've never tried this before. We're shooting live. We are live streaming right now on YouTube.
Let's go.
You get the horn show.
You get the horns, guys.
Crew's here. We're doing the whole deal.
You get the
gotta
horns.
check out the show live streaming right now. YouTube. You get the horn show. There you go. That's posting right now. So.
Oh, you already did it?
participate. I just recorded it.
Look,
Yeah.
look at that.
So,
Look at that.
Well, crap,
Technology is just that quick.
Crap.
that's it.
I needed to get my hair done. Sorry. Jeez. Wish I would have known.
You can feel good about what you look like.
I love that hat you're wearing, doggy. I see that. Where'd you pick up that hat at, Pricey? Where'd you get that hat, huh?
I think you may know where we got that at, but you know.
I tell you what, man. I still talk to Ashley to this day, and we're always talking about getting back there. Definitely want to get back there and check out the breweries all over again, man. It was a fun trip.
That was a fun trip. Yeah, it was a good trip.
Unbelievable places to go get drinks from.
And we can shout this out, right? So we're all on the East Coast, different
Yep.
places on the East Coast, but we're all on the East Coast. And you know, hey, look, I mean, we just shouted out Ioli. We'll shout out Green Man Brewing in Asheville, North Carolina. That is that's the hat that our buddy Jeff there is wearing. We all did take a trip to Asheville. Gosh, when was that? Earlier this year, right in the spring.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that was the
God, it
first
feels
time
like
you guys
such
had been
long
there.
ago.
I had been there before. First time you guys had been there. Feels like it was a long time ago, but it really wasn't. And killer time, man. We all went down to Asheville or up, depending on where we're coming from. And,
Exactly.
And had a great time. Tons of great breweries, good restaurants, great walking around town. Just a really fun time in Asheville. So very cool spot to go. And everyone always thinks
Shouting
it's
out to
Nashville. It's
no.
Asheville, North Carolina.
Asheville, North Carolina.
Asheville.
Yes.
Asheville, yeah. Shout out to Biscuit Head.
Oh, Biscuit Head, Biscuit Head.
Absolutely. Well, all the shout outs, none of these people are sponsors.
I was gonna say this is legit stuff because we're not getting paid to talk about this at all.
This is real. I would love to get paid by these
Yes,
people.
let's go.
I'm gonna take this reel and I'm gonna approach Biscuit Head, Green Man Brewing, Ioli, everybody else, and I will sue them if they choose not to sponsor
No,
the show.
I'm just gonna send the bill to them and hope it just slips through.
Someone in accounting's like, well, it's $50. Okay.
$50. You
must
get
be
the
for
horn.
something.
That's good. They opened a Planet Fitness. So Years building in our town obviously shut down, and so they divided this thing up into like, I don't know, 6 different like buildings, and one of the last ones to go up was a Planet Fitness. Beautiful place. Like, I don't know if all Planet Fitnesses look like this, but this place is like, beautiful, top notch, whatever. But there's still one place right beside it that's empty, that's for lease. And I was like, man, Biscuit Head right there would go so well. people getting out of the gym saying, you know what? I deserve this.
Yes,
Right, yeah.
I worked for this.
Do what I just
Yeah.
did.
Yeah. I deserve this, Yeah. So
Biscuit
hit me
Head
up,
for
Biscuit
sure.
Head.
Yeah.
Hit me up. Hit me
And
up.
if you need a real estate agent, I got you.
There you go.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
Yeah, so sorry guys, I'm actually literally sending this out as we speak to our TikTok followers and encouraging.
Yeah,
them
they need to know. They need to know what's happening.
right.
They need to know what's going on right now. Also, since we were talking about trips, I know I sent a text out the other days. I don't know if it got
what's
touched
crazy?
on by
Yeah,
our
so
group.
let me say this, I hate to interrupt you, but it's very vital for you to know. So I just got a new phone. That's last night, I think it was. No, sorry, got it the other day. But I was having issues with my other phone. Wife mentions that you had sent this out about a Vegas thing. I had not even seen this in the group text. I was like, wait, when are you talking about? So so she was like, yeah, he sent it. I don't remember what day it was about Vegas. When was this, in April?
April, yeah, just after tax season. People get freed up after that, that we know. And my birthday is the 17th of April. I believe you have a birthday somewhere near that time,
That's right,
if I'm
on
not
April
mistaken.
11th.
Yeah, and then so a friend of ours whom you know, Tad, Adam, and Amanda. Amanda's birthday is in April as well, and we are looking. Well, not looking. It's gonna happen. Like we're going.
Nice.
We're inviting you guys to meet us up there to go as well. But it's definitely a planned trip to go to Vegas after tax season, and probably a long weekend, maybe a couple days during the week as well, depending. You know what I mean? Like either like a Wednesday, Thursday, or something like that to the weekend, or we'll do the weekend Monday, Tuesday type deal. Because leaving Vegas on the weekend is a show that you do not want to be a part of, and so. I've learned the lesson to either leave before or after the weekend because it's just that's when everybody goes to Vegas. So you want to get out of there a day or two after the weekend or a day or two before the weekend because it's just nonsense to try to fight through that and get in there. And traveling is already a pain in the ass as it is. So so definitely. I'd suggest that. And so yeah, so we're doing it. We're gonna be there. Obviously, would love for you guys to go as well. But it's happening. As far as where we're staying, we still haven't decided. We don't know because we obviously would want to stay near each other. We're all adults. You can stay wherever you want. But Center Strip is always desired and somewhere where we haven't stayed before, which is difficult for us because we have been to a lot of places and stayed at a lot of places in Vegas. But there are places that we haven't been to, and then if they're nice enough, they're always worth going back to staying again. You know what I mean? So Cosmopolitan is probably the top of the list right now because it's fairly new. It's Center Strip and they have balcony. So all the things that we've never really experienced before in Vegas is why I'm leaning to try to stay there. But anyways, it's in the works. We're going. Love for you guys to go and meet us there. Like I said, it's going to be like either a weekend, Monday, Tuesday, or, something like that. But we definitely want to get a weekend in there as well as extra days during the week to try to, have a good time. And because not all of us are there just to gamble. Right. So we can make that trip happen a little bit longer than a lot of people are like, oh, you can only spend 3 days in Vegas because what are you going to do? Well, yeah, if you're just going to gamble the whole time, then yes, you don't need more than 3 days because that's all the gambling you need to do. Some people one day
go broke. On,
yeah. Oh yeah. Sure. Yeah. That's all.
Look,
that's all she wrote.
We got Vegas stories for
days.
So we could do multiple shows on our Vegas
trips. We could do a whole podcast on Vegas trips at this point.
My gosh.
Oh my god!
Seriously, guys. Seriously, it's.
So we've had some
what was the last time we were there?
We haven't been there together as a group for a few years. I mean, I'm sure we've all taken trips
to be there.
Yeah.
Yeah, at the same
Easily
time.
10 years.
Yeah.
10,
we may
11
have been
years
individually
probably.
Different times, but
I was just there last year. I'll be there again in October. I'm going at the end of October. I'll be there for a softball tournament in October.
Nice.
So I'll be over there again.
Nice.
It was what place did we stay at last? It was just off of
Palms.
Tropicana?
We did the Palms in the Trop, I think.
Tropicana, I think it was. Yeah, because they had that was right when they had just done like the $1 billion renovation on it. Yeah.
It was nice.
Yeah.
For what it was.
Not
worth cheap place.
For what it was, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. That was a fun trip though. That was it was a fun trip.
Yeah.
But yeah, the stories we could tell on that would be ridiculous. Did you guys never talk about baseball on here, but did you guys catch any like baseball last night? Of course, last night was the game 162.
Sorry, hold on. Yeah, I just had a cut in. Home run. Yeah, we're good. Back to you, Jeff.
Back to it. You're right.
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah, finally Judge had that one. Goodness gracious. So last night was game 162. So of course now the season's over, right? So 2 catchers retired last night. This was their last game. Kurt Suzuki and Stephen Vogt. Suzuki plays for the Angels. Vogt plays for the A's. And they were both playing each other last night. Which
is that right?
I don't know. Yeah, it wasn't like
last games were against each other.
We're against each other, exactly. Yeah,
Interesting.
just weird. And I was like, so that was like, well, okay, when's the last time like two like two people that play the same position played against each other in their very last game? Like, I'm sure it's happened, but I just thought it was really odd. So Suzuki literally, he caught one pitch and then they came and pulled him. And it took him out. Like, nice, nice little going, because he played for the A's. Of course, he won a World Series with the Washington Nationals in 2019. But Stephen Vogt, this has got to be the coolest way to go out. Like, again, I've heard of Stephen Vogt. Like, I follow sports enough to know who he is, but no idea what he does outside of catching, and is he good? I have no idea. But his last at bat, he hit a home run. Like, his kids announced, yes, his kids announced him over the speakers. Now coming up, my daddy, whatever. And he gets up and cranks a home run as his last at bat. I was like, man, that has got to be the coolest way to go out. Like,
that's pretty cool. Yeah.
Just throw your helmet down. The game's over or not, who cares? And just walk off the field and just go. Like, what else are you gonna do at that point?
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
That's pretty good, man.
Yeah, I saw the Sports Center played the clip of the kids announcing him, but I didn't see that he hit a home run. I missed that. I changed the channel too quick on that. So that's pretty neat, man. That's quite a way to hang it up.
Yeah, I guess pretty good way to go out. So, and Kurt Suzuki was the only Hawaiian-born player to hit a home run in the World Series.
Is that right?
Who knew?
I thought he was the only Hawaiian-born player to ever even play in the major leagues. So,
there was a guy was he the Red Sox or the Phillies? They called him the Flying Hawaiian. I don't know. There was definitely.
Oh, yes. Oh my gosh, I know who you're talking about. It'll escape me. It'll pop into my head later, but I know exactly who you're talking about.
Right opportunity or missed opportunity, just shout it out.
Yeah.
So whenever you think of it, just scream it.
40.
Yeah. What? What was that?
Oh
man.
Discussing that illness.
How would you make such light of it?
Figured out who it was. That's good.
Good, I guess.
I won't have to think about it later. I'll just be able to mourn with a clear head. I won't think about who the Flying Hawaiian was. So that's good.
All right, Brandon McManus field goal. Broncos up 3-0. Golly.
Very interesting. Monday Night Football.
Shane Victorino.
Shane Victorino,
the Flying Hawaiian.
I said Monday Night Football. Obviously, it's Thursday.
And no, it is right Thursday night football.
Broncos Colts. Is that who's playing tonight?
Broncos Colts. Yeah, in Denver. Yeah.
I mean, if coming into this season, if you were the NFL or Amazon or whoever, you had to feel pretty good about the Broncos Colts Thursday night game.
Right.
Little could you possibly have known that is a game that no one could possibly care much about unless you literally live in downtown Indianapolis. Or, well, honestly, even if you live in downtown Denver, you have things to do. I figure there's not much to do in Indianapolis, but there's definitely stuff to do in Denver. I mean, I don't know. Look, I know it's early, right? So I'm not going to sit here and we don't have to like fully go down the rabbit hole of the NFL. But, I was thinking about this the other day. Are we in a situation where has Russell Wilson been exposed as being a product of a system, or is it too early yet to be able to tell?
I mean, I think it's probably still too early, but I mean, he doesn't look good. You saw they threw up the Geno Smith and his stats. It's so messed up, man.
Dude, Geno's playing out of his mind.
Yeah.
Here's what I'd say. I would say that Russell Wilson, for whatever reason, is trying to prove himself as a passer instead of letting the game play as naturally as it does when he plays it. Because when he's trying to create with his legs, it helps him play the game of football how he's been successful at playing it. The moment that he tries to sit there, and plus we all know that they're the coaching staff and they're not on the same page. They're not gelling right now. But if he doesn't just do what he has to do to take over a ball game by stretching the game out by running because he's good at it, that's why they're look. I mean, the records of these teams is 1-2-1. That's right, a tie, and then another team is 2-2. So, like you were saying, Tad, yeah, nobody thought that this game going in was going to be what it was, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
What it is
No, you're absolutely right.
terrible.
Oh yeah,
Nobody
no,
cares.
it's
Nobody cares about this game.
no. Why? Why would you? It's just yeah. I mean, you would think the rate like the Broncos, like their offense would be, high flying. Jerry Jeudy, KJ Hamler. Of course, now you lose Cortland Sutton. Now you lose Williams for the year.
Yeah.
I think they were bringing in Latavius Murray.
They were signed
Who,
to
uh,
the practice squad of,
yeah.
I believe, the Saints.
Yeah, he got in the game last week with the Saints, if I'm not mistaken. I feel like I saw him in there, but I could be wrong.
I saw
But
the same
I
thing. I
think he
unless
got
there's
into
another
the
dude running
game.
the football with the last name Murray on the back of his jersey.
Yeah, it could be. But yeah, it's just, I mean, they just look, it's just bad. Like, and I don't know what you do to fix it. Like, well, I don't know. What else do you need outside of those receivers? I don't know. It's just a weird looking offense, man. They get nothing going. I mean, it's just, I don't know. It's very uninspiring. And you got to think the ownership for the Broncos has got to be like, crap. Like there has to be a little bit of that, right? All this money, these draft picks, they just got to be like, oh man, it's early. I mean, it's still early. I mean, and I don't know. I guess they got time, but do you have time because you gave up all your draft picks?
Time in the NFL anymore.
No,
we're a quarter of the season, dude. Like,
I just meant years. All right, this year is this year is a feel out year, but I mean, I don't know, how are you building because you don't have the draft picks now, so it's just boy, you better hope that works out. I mean, imagine Seattle getting a top 10, top 12 pick, and it's not their own. It's like, oh yeah, that's no. So, and then you got
go ahead.
No, go ahead.
So I was just going to say, like, I saw something interesting this week. So we're talking football. So I'm just going to throw this out here because I happened to see this, and I thought it was kind of an interesting thing to discuss. And again, we don't have to stay on the topic for very long, but I just kind of thought it was fascinating. So Chase Daniel, who has been in the NFL forever, right?
Sure.
13-year career for Chase Daniel so far.
1 year he was the highest paid backup, right? Wasn't that with Kansas City or something?
Here's what's crazy. Chase Daniel will surpass $41 million in earnings this year.
Good for him, man.
Ranking him 62nd all time in NFL quarterback earnings.
Oh my God.
He has started a total of 5 games in his 13-year career and averages 6 yards per attempt. So in 13 years, he started 5 games, and he is the 62nd highest paid quarterback in NFL history. Chase Daniel. That's of being a good teammate, because
make it make sense. It make sense.
You got to be a great teammate to
great team. He knows his X's and O's. He just doesn't know how to execute them. I mean, that's got to be something like that, right? Like he knows an offense. He knows, he can coach up. Like he's a coach on the sideline.
Yeah.
That's just, I knew there was at one point that he was like the highest paid, like backup in the league. I mean, I guess someone has to be, but that's crazy. So he started how many games? 5?
5 games in 13 years.
Man, I got to teach my kid how to be just good.
Yeah. That's it. You don't have to be great. You just got to be good enough.
Right.
And,
No, I
Chase
just
Daniel
want them to
good
be
enough.
good enough, but not so good that they have to start and get hurt.
Yeah, no
Just be good
pressure.
enough to have a 13-year career.
Yeah, earn
Yeah.
$43 million.
Ah, that's a great life. And then he's probably going to go on to be a head coach
Right, exactly.
or an offensive coordinator or something like
Yeah.
that. A la Ken Dorsey and
Oh,
those
yeah.
guys. I mean, Dorsey's got to be up. You think this is his first year as offense coordinator, right?
Yes,
'Cause
because
Dayball
Dayball
left.
was
Yes,
before.
yes.
Is it okay? Is it Dayball or is it DeBall? Because I've always said Dayball, but I was listening to the radio on the way home yesterday, and two different people pronounced it like DeBall or something. To like it wasn't Dayball, it was like DeBall.
Oh, I've
And I'm
only ever heard Dayball.
Dayball, yeah. So
Yeah.
same, but it was
Not
two
DeBall.
different radio stations, and they both pronounced it like DeBall or something. So I was like,
Interesting.
did he correct someone?
At a press conference.
listen. Now that I'm a head coach, this is
Terrell
really how you
Owens and
pronounce.
Terrell Owens type situation.
Yeah,
Not as bad as Darius Leonard becoming Shaquille Leonard.
yeah.
But just at least this. Yeah, call me DeBall.
DeBall, yeah.
Yeah.
What? No, why?
I don't want to.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Interesting. Now this led me to another thing that I thought was very interesting. I saw this on TikTok the other day. I will give no credit to the person on TikTok who I saw it from. Not anyone that the show follows or anything like that. I just saw it while scrolling around. Thought this was really interesting. This person is an attractive girl. And she has and this is presumably done seriously. This was presented in a serious way. Rent a girlfriend Thanksgiving packages.
Thanksgiving packages.
Thanksgiving packages, right? You're going to see
Sure,
your family. You're going to see your family. And so she gives some options. And I thought I'd run through the options for the Rent a Girlfriend Thanksgiving packages for anyone out there who might be in need of such a service.
Okay.
So again, this is for Thanksgiving. You can have the silver package.
Okay.
That is $75 plus a plate. Well, I don't understand if you were bringing your supposed girlfriend to Thanksgiving. Of course, you're going to get a plate of food. You're not. So I don't understand. She doesn't need to maybe clarify that she also has to eat. But $75 plus a plate. She will spend 2 hours at dinner. She will match outfits with you so you can coordinate your clothing.
Okay.
And she will tell a few jokes. And so she'll seem pleasant. That's
nice.
$75. Now,
Okay.
if you move up, if you're not painfully cheap, and you move up to the gold package, gold package is $150. Also a plate of food. Now, gold package, it's twice as much. You don't get maybe twice as much in terms of the time. She will go from spending 2 hours at dinner to 3 hours at dinner.
Okay.
So an hour more.
She will also tell a cute backstory on how we met. She will provide details about what she does for a living.
Okay.
And she will call your dad Pops. So
nice little caveat there.
Yeah. So she's going to seem comfortable. She's going to endear herself to the family.
Yep.
For $150 and a plate of food.
Listen,
And
this has the making of a Hallmark movie right here,
right.
where the guy does that and she secretly falls in love with the guy, and
That's
yeah.
a real thing. Well, here's
Love
what's
story.
great. The platinum package for the gentleman who's not on a budget, right? It's the holidays. I'll spend what it takes. Platinum package is $350 plus a plate plus a to-go plate.
Oh,
so she's taking food home.
She's taking food home.
She's gonna take the food home.
She got herself an
Okay.
appetite.
All right.
$350 a plate and a to-go plate. She will spend the whole day there. She will tell you she loves you in front of your whole family. She will kiss your mother on the cheek and she will help clean up after dinner.
And this is how much?
$350.
All right. I mean, if you're going to
Now,
spend
this is-
100, you
start
might
to
as well spend the
see-
350.
Yeah, you start to see a jump
Yeah.
here in
Yeah.
value, really moving from gold to platinum, because gold's 150, platinum, okay, you're moving up to 350, but you go from 3 hours to all day.
All
And
day.
she loves you, and she's going to say it in front of the whole family. She's going to kiss your mother on the cheek, whereas for 150, she was only going to call your dad Pops. And also
Mhm.
in the silver and gold package, she ain't helping to clean up. But when you move up to
No.
platinum, she's going to help clean up after dinner. So
Look at that.
yeah, so there you go. So
I
for
mean,
folks
does-
out there,
Does this
Hallmark
only-
movie.
Does this only work as long as you know that you're not spending Christmas with the family as well? Because then do you have to
Price
pay
goes
for
up quick.
another package?
price
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm
yeah.
sure there's that, but or or Hanukkah,
Yeah.
depending on what you're
Sure,
celebrating.
Kwanzaa,
Yeah.
Sure,
So I
sure.
just think that you got
Yom
carefully.
Kippur.
Like, there should be like a little crack there at the end where like you can leave
Mhm.
things in doubt whether this relationship is going to make it to the next
Sure.
holiday. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to throw in a little spat just over
Yeah,
something
just
silly,
something
you know,
like
exactly.
like mashed potatoes or something, you know.
Yeah.
You just gotta.
You're
Where
not
everyone's
going to
like-
eat that. You took
Yeah.
a second helpings and you're not going to finish eating
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Oh, this is
You're
what
gonna
we're
do
gonna
that.
We
you
talk
know.
about this when we get home.
Okay, well we'll talk later.
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
Yeah, you got
Yeah,
you
so-
got to leave the option open there.
Yeah, you wanna let it, so that way it's like, Mom, it just didn't work out. I know
Yeah.
she seemed great.
Couldn't you
and
tell?
Dad, she really liked you. I mean, gosh, she was calling you Pops. Mom, she kissed you on the cheek and helped you clean up. I mean, yeah, I thought things were going well too, but you know what? It just didn't work out.
It was all
We
a
were just in
show.
different places in our lives.
It was all a show.
Yeah.
Great as
Yeah,
that.
so she's out here. This girl who again will remain nameless, but she is out here. And I mean, when I say this was not just like written up. It's written up like an actual menu. Like this is
Like-
all broken down.
She's got it down.
Rent a girlfriend Thanksgiving packages. So
Now, do you have to buy the plane ticket? Because I mean,
oh, I'm pretty confident she's not putting up any money to go travel. I mean,
sure,
she's
right.
the
I mean,
best.
she'd be losing some money there. I mean, unless
Exactly.
you know you really just maybe she just really wants Thanksgiving and
Well, look,
doesn't have
I'm gonna
family
say
work.
this.
Doing.
She definitely didn't clarify that, so I think that she left some wiggle room where it was
Sure.
like, hey,
Some
look,
negotiation
I hired you.
tactics.
Yeah, I never you didn't say a word about travel expenses.
I mean,
so
you figure your own way
we have a
there.
contract
Yeah.
now. So, but yeah, so that's out there. So
Nice.
holidays are getting
Nice.
close. We're now in October already, so holidays will be here. Just for the record, these were only Thanksgiving packages. She either
Sure.
does not do Halloween packages, or at least I did not peruse those options.
Yeah.
But
So book now
Thanksgiving
if you're
package.
interested. Yeah,
you're
book
gonna
now
really get a
if you're
jump on
interested.
this.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
before the high holidays, and it's
Yeah.
we're early October. Now's the time. Lock it in.
Yeah. Lock it
She's
in
gonna have
before
a
the
lot on her
rates go
plate.
up.
Literally and figuratively, she's gonna have a lot on her plate. So
She's gonna be taking a plate home.
Once again, for those who are listening out there, those that are going to be listening to this, you get the horns. We're here for the people.
that's it.
We
For the
give you
people.
this information so that you guys can take it and run wild with it.
Yeah,
This
Mhm,
is for
mhm.
for those that need it. We got you. We got you.
We got
covered.
you.
very well said.
We-
Yeah,
We got you a Thanksgiving
yeah, like if
date.
you were some poor dumb bastard who was gonna spend Thanksgiving all by yourself, you don't have to anymore.
Don't have to.
Now,
No.
thanks
No
to
need.
you get the horns. You got a date for Thanksgiving, unless you're super cheap.
Boom.
So if you're sick and tired of disappointing your parents by coming home all by yourself for Thanksgiving and looking like a straight up loser, and you know you do, And like, here's the thing: if you're out here, if you're hearing my voice right now, if you're not, if you're coming home by yourself and you have been for
Mhm,
years
mhm.
now, might be time to switch it up. What you've been doing
Switch it
hasn't
up.
been working. Have you
Switch it
ever
up.
rented a girlfriend? Probably
Right.
not.
No.
And so what you've been doing hasn't been working, right? That's you failed on all
Obviously.
fronts. So now, okay, turn over a different stone here. Let's try something new. Let's try something different. Gotta be
And-
smart about it.
And again, you've all seen the Hallmark movies. This has potential to be true love.
Yeah.
And it only cost you $350.
Yeah. Are you kidding me? And when they option the story for the movie, you're gonna make some money there, and it's gonna be
You're gonna make money.
Cameron
You're gonna get your
Bure,
money back.
someone who's yeah. Candace Cameron Bure playing the
Lacey.
girl you rented.
Lacey Chabert.
I think that's basically the whole cast of any Hallmark
That's
movie.
that's
right
a
there.
little.
Yeah.
You might pull a Lori Loughlin in if somebody wanted the crossover appeal to get two different people from Full House on there. But
And don't forget any guy that was considered the bad boy in any 90s show on
yeah.
Fox. They're the ones that are being cast as the love interest in the show. That's how it goes.
yeah,
Mhm.
it's
Looking
gonna
at
be-
you, Jason Priestley.
Yeah, if you as the guy here who is going to be going to Thanksgiving by yourself and needing to rent this girlfriend, if you always envisioned yourself being played by Dean Cain, then
That's it.
it's
That's it.
It's there for you, man. Like so this is a good deal. You got
Oh, it's a great
played by
deal.
Dean Cain, and then yeah, you're gonna have Candace
Think
Cameron
about this.
Bure playing her.
If you could do all of that for 350, you jump on that opportunity.
Yeah.
That's a no-brainer.
It's a no-brainer.
That's
Have
like-
a movie made about
You know, that's like knowing at $9 that Bitcoin was going to be worth $20,000.
Yeah,
Exactly.
You jump on it.
Got
You
to.
spend
jump
every
on
penny
it.
you have.
Spend it. It's well
Yeah.
worth it.
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
this is the thing, and I think that a lot of people lose sight of this, right? Poor people buy garbage. Middle income people buy products that they need, they consume, right? But they're depreciating assets, cars and shoes and stuff like that. Rich people buy assets, appreciating
Mhm,
assets,
mhm,
right? This
mhm.
is an appreciating asset.
Sure.
Now, it seems like it wouldn't be on the surface because after 3 hours or that day, depending on what package you pick, she's going to walk away. She's going to pretend she never met you.
Yeah.
Worst case scenario, she may actually bring her guy friends over to kick your door down, rough you up, and
Rob you.
belongings.
Yeah. Rob the
Yeah,
whole
so-
family. Murder your family. There's a good chance that's Thanksgiving Day
So-
slaying.
That's on the Sci-Fi Channel or the
Sure.
I-
Either way,
ID channel or whatever they call it.
either way, a movie's getting made. A
Yeah.
movie's getting
There-
made either way.
Right.
Money to be made.
That's right. It's out there.
You know.
Yeah. If you want to be short-sighted, do it. But for those
Do
of you who see a bigger vision for yourself and for your family, you want to. This is how you do it. Your family's going to be remembered forever, and not just in
One
that
way or the
movie,
other.
forever. So look, you can lead a horse to water. You can't make him drink, right? The only thing we can do is give people the information. They got to make the decision on what to do with it. But if I were you, I'd rent a girlfriend. And I'll tell
I'd
you
rent
now, and I'm just throwing this out there for people. Even if you have a girlfriend, you still may want to rent a girlfriend, right? Because
Sure.
I guarantee you, yours going to be a pain in the ass sometimes. This one,
Mhm,
she's
mhm.
not going to be. She's not going to be. Your parents might
No.
not like your girlfriend. They're probably going to
Sure.
like her, right? She's
Yeah.
financially motivated to make sure that your parents like her. Your girlfriend, half the time, man, she's checked out at this point. She's gotten
Sure.
comfortable. She's gotten lazy. So keep her on her toes a little bit. It's the holiday season,
Yes.
man. Yeah. She's got to earn. She's
Yeah.
got to earn her right. So, just some things to think about. Just some things to
Oh,
think
that's
about.
fantastic. Fantastic.
So I saw that. I thought that was kind of interesting. A little weird, slightly confusing, but certainly interesting.
Mhm.
So yeah. So that's kind of what I have from this part of the world.
The world
I
of
thought I had
TikTok.
something else that I wanted to show, but
What you got, Hefe?
Not much. I've been into golf a lot
Sure.
lately. Stink at the game, but God, I love playing it. Love being out on the course, lighting up a stogie, just being out there in the element, playing. Just golf to me, for all the frustration that it causes me, I still love doing it, and I always look forward to doing it again. So I follow different golfers and stuff like that, and I've really gotten into the women's golf game, and there's one in particular that I follow on different social media outlets, and she kind of put something out there the other day that that kind of was weird in the sense that like just people are mean, people are cruel.
Yeah.
Because I don't understand where they're coming from. So Paige Sparanek, if I pronounce
Yes,
Sparanek, if I
familiar with her.
pronounce.
Now let's be honest. She's not a real.
Oh, she's not on the tour. She's not on the tour. No. She played in college. She's
yeah.
Celebrity spots and stuff like that. And all the reason
Sure.
being is because she is a very good looking. She's an attractive golfer, is what I'll say.
Utilizes this for social
Her
media.
assets. She absolutely utilizes her assets.
Yes.
So the Milwaukee Brewers brought her out to do a pitch, to open up the game. They came out there, and so she was doing, the ceremonies of opening pitch or whatever. She was throwing a ball. So apparently she got roasted for how she looked. And I was just kind of confused of like, where do people get off? It's like, where do you have the time to sit there and try to critique someone of her stature? Because by all manners, she is an attractive woman. And, but I've followed her for a while. She's kind of down to earth, man. She knows sports. I mean, obviously she's sponsored to do all these things and stuff like that. But like, I'm just like people, like we joke and we say things and stuff like that. But like, she feels that she was attacked by how she looked and what she was wearing and being shamed left and right for a lot of different things. And I don't understand, like, first of all, the stones that it gets for someone to go ahead and try to put yourself out there in that way. Like, I don't have it. Like, we're doing it here by doing this. And I'm sure somebody's going to jump on and could bash us to all get out just because that's how people are. You got to have thick skin.
Right.
But, no question. We all deserve it. But it's the weird thing that people can try to put content out there and be genuine about what it is that they're doing. And it's like, you can't satisfy everyone, obviously, but like, where do people get off? Like, to be that way towards others when all they're doing is trying to create content to, to do something that they enjoy doing and that we're taking a few minutes to watch and enjoy or to learn something from. And I don't know. To me, it bugs me in the sense that, like, obviously people can do that to us now that we're out there in this world. But I'm like, I guess you just got to have thick skin, right? You just can't care. Like, you just got to let it roll off your back and move on from it. But like, you can tell that she was like genuinely bothered, and it's not like, like, who am I? Like, she's not going to hear this or listen to this and anything like that. But it's like, it stinks.
Oh, she is.
Oh, well, yeah, no, she's a big fan, right? Big fan. But it's not even her. It's even like, I've heard stories of just male golfers that they try to teach you something, right? Like, oh, you should do it like this. And then you go down, like, Jeff, we've talked about it when we've sent things off of Twitter or stuff like that. And the first thing we do is like, did you see the comments? Like, yeah, you look at the comments and you're like, dude, they're not saying that what they're doing or what it is that they've done is exactly how it needs to be done and it is perfect. They're just telling you how it worked for them. They're giving you advice on how to do it.
Yeah.
I don't get it, man.
I just never understand why any celebrity would ever comments, because I would just have to assume that every comment is going to be someone trying to, make their way onto late night or, bash them or something. Like, I don't know what purpose it would serve. Like, you're read all the good things about you. Like, I don't,
probably a lot of it.
It's got to be right. Like with Paige, like why would you even read those comments? Like,
I'm 100% with you on that. Yeah.
Like she has to get those comments on every single thing. What was she wearing? Was she like wearing something that was like
jeans in I want to say like a white halter top. So it was showing a little bit of her stomach, I think, and like a baggy shirt, like a baseball shirt over it. And she threw the pitch. It was like a 3-minute video, if that. And then she gets roasted for what it is that she's done. And again, she's not the only one. And it was just so happened that I follow her, so I caught up on the story, and she genuinely looked distraught. And I was like, damn, I actually kind of feel bad because I think she's a decent looking woman. Like where do people get off trying to be that? Like, why? Like, what is your like? Why do you have to come across like that?
People are just generally miserable, I think, is probably the
100.
takeaway from that.
Very
But
true.
again, like, why is Paige reading people's comments? Like, what
Exactly.
like what is the best comment that you could read that would make it worth it? Like, hey Paige, I'm a billionaire, I want to give you all my money. Like, are you
Yeah,
scrolling
right,
hoping to find
right.
that? Because otherwise it's like, oh, you're so pretty, you're so gorgeous. Like,
Right.
okay,
meeting up
like
with
that's right. Like, so for her, why even
Right.
read them at that point? You know, what's the point except
The
for to inflate your ego a little bit more?
well,
I think,
oh,
but
absolutely, and that's a lot. Like that's, I think everybody. That's
whatever.
out there,
It's
you want
her
to hear all
prerogative.
the
You
great
want to,
comments. And then,
yeah.
so to piggyback on that story, I brought it in to tell you that there was a guy that plays Minecraft. So I don't know if you guys saw this story. He's got like millions of people that follow him. The mystery behind him was that he never showed his face while he did his Minecraft. And of course, he recorded himself doing it. This weekend, guess what he decided to do? Show his face.
Wow.
And the
What?
minute that he showed his face, the Joker got destroyed.
Yeah.
You're ugly. What are you doing? Don't ever show your face again. And I'm like, what? Like that's what I'm saying. Like, Paige,
Weekend for
right?
showing your face.
Like, why would you do that? And I mean, the big mystery was, I'm gonna reveal my face while I'm playing Minecraft, and boom, he does it, and he gets
Straight
roasted.
as guts.
Paige gets roasted. This Joker gets roasted. You know what I mean? Like, come on.
And what were you expecting? You're watching a dude play Minecraft. What did you think was going to happen when he took this mask off?
Did you think he was just gonna be like?
Yeah, like it's. I don't get it. Yeah, like whomever
imagine-
you think is. It's
but
Jason
imagine-
Momoa.
Yeah, imagine your life that like you're excited to go watch some dude play a 2-bit video game, and he's gonna show his face. Like, what time is it? Oh my god,
It's gonna happen.
Get us
like,
home.
get us home. Like, who? Oh, all right.
Whatever.
I don't know, man.
His mask off. You're not gonna be. Oh, okay. Well, that's what.
Cool.
Nothing. He,
Cool.
yeah, he's just a
like-
guy.
Well, I'm gonna hit the unfollow button.
Yeah, that's probably what happened. His numbers probably plummeted.
Yeah, sure. He lost
like,
like
how much-
3 million subscribers.
Unreal, dude. Like seriously, man, it's
That's
so
how
wrong.
much of it. Here's the thing that you have to think about, right? So people were clearly watching this guy. Tons and tons of people.
Yeah.
They never probably gave any thought to the mask until he took it off. Right? They weren't sitting there going.
No,
"I
he
gotta
didn't
tune
have a
in and
mask.
see
You
if
just-
he ever
you
gonna
never-
take this mask off."
No, he never had a mask. You just saw the back of his head while he was playing.
Okay,
Like you
okay. But
just
either way,
never
you couldn't
saw
see his face.
Right, you just couldn't
Like,
see his face.
You're watching him play. Probably never were people like, "Oh man, maybe one day he'll turn around, even accidentally." I'm just so curious. Even a silhouette. I just want to see. I want to see what a silhouette looks like. Like,
They get their phones out ready to take a screenshot. They're like, I got it.
delete.
Yeah, it's
The
like-
elusive Minecraft player.
And then it's like he does it, and people are like, "Oh,
Huh. All right.
Crazy, man. Crazy.
Yeah." And he's probably like, "Guys, I'm still playing Minecraft. Nothing's really changed for me. Like, it's
No.
cool. You could keep watching."
Everything's
No, not
changed.
interested.
Well,
No,
But what's
no,
the
thank you.
what's the reveal though? He's like playing and it's like
Slow
spins
motion.
around like
Slow mo-
dramatically.
Oh god,
It's
that's
like a
great.
360 camera.
Yeah.
Just swings around.
There it is.
Imagine your life that I mean, first off, imagine your life that you watch someone play, of all games, Minecraft.
This is so incredibly
Minecraft, yep.
popular, and I don't understand it.
I don't. What I mean, seriously. Now you're watching someone play Minecraft, and then now you're excited because you're going to get to see his face. Whew, man, hey,
Yep.
reading Rainbow. You know, they told you can go anywhere when you read a book. You know, maybe let's try that. You know, let's get back into reading or
Get out
something,
there.
man.
Yeah.
You know,
Go
like
outside. Yeah, like if you're a
that is
parent
crazy.
and your kid wants to spend their time watching a grown man play Minecraft where they can't see his face, take that kid outside. Show him like what a rock is. Like, has that kid ever picked up a rock and held a rock in his hand?
Yeah,
Has that ever happened? Does he know what grass feels like on his feet?
Yeah.
Take this
Skip
kid
a rock
outside
already.
sometimes. Get some sunlight on this kid.
Yeah.
Get this young banshee who's just sitting here watching a grown man play Minecraft, and the biggest thing that happens is that he's going to reveal his face.
Kids go outside, touch grass for the first time like a lab dog, you know. What is this? Huh? What is this? Oh god.
What I would have loved is if the guy had done the reveal, and as he slowly turned, he had a Phantom of the Opera mask on. Just
Yeah.
half his
Yeah.
face, like,
And the intrigue lives on.
Yeah. Just a Homer
Like, I wanna see
Simpson
the other
mask.
half now. I need to see the other half. Yeah, or just a big Bane mask.
Yeah.
You've been watching me play Minecraft. It's like, it's strange. It's like a weird ecosystem that happens on the
Oh,
internet, man, that I cannot understand.
Man, it's just it's just I mean, first off, watching someone else play still to this day, and I get Twitch is like huge and everything. Still to this day, like I've like, all right, let me just flip this on, and I'm like, all right. So you're playing Call of Duty, and you're, look at that, you just shot someone.
Yeah. I've done
What
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean, had we had Twitch been around when we were gamers,
Oh yeah, back in the day. Are you kidding me?
man.
We'd have taught some fools some lessons.
So yeah, we would have made some money. I can promise you that.
That's no doubt. We'd had probably about, I don't know, like I don't keep track on all of this stuff, but we probably had about 2 billion followers.
Oh yeah, we would. I would say give or take.
Hold on,
I don't even know if that's good.
So just I had to look it up. So the guy's name is Dream, right? That's his gamer name. Or
Shane
whatever.
Victorino.
Yeah.
Oh.
Fly Hawaiian.
Hawaiian.
30 million subscribers
Shane.
to his YouTube channel and over 2.7 billion views.
Oh my gosh! Of all things, Minecraft. Like my 6-year-old has it, and he barely plays it, but like I've seen him. Like this is like the original Super Mario Brothers. Like the graphics. What I mean, gosh, man, what they can get kids to buy these days is amazing. It's
a great scam. I mean, it really
great
is.
scam.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
just I mean, it's really an excellent scam.
No, congrats. I wish I would have thought of it myself.
Well, and you know, here's another thing. So, and this is going to kind of tie together a little bit. So I see this the other day, and you know, most people maybe have heard of this guy. I'm not overly familiar, other than having heard of him. This
Shane Victorino.
Beast. Yeah, might be the same guy, Mr. Beast.
Oh
He's
yeah,
a huge
yeah.
YouTube guy, right? Has over 100 million subscribers on his main YouTube channel. Now, presumably, he has more than one YouTube channel. They say his main.
Oh, he
YouTube
does.
channel.
So So I actually follow the guy. He's the stuff he comes up with, and at his age it's amazing. Like he literally is just giving away hundreds of thousands of dollars all the time. So he's got like his Mr. Beast channel. He's got the Mr. Beast, like his philanthropy channel. He's got like a gaming channel. He does Mr. Beast burgers, like where he's got these like ghost kitchens where you can order from all the country. He's now like got Mr. Beast bars, chocolate bars.
Yes, he's had a whole
amazing.
Yeah.
I'm not at all angry with the guy.
What is his main, like, what is it that made him become this? What is
video game stuff? Doesn't he do like gaming stuff?
So no, I mean he does now, but like some of it, but no, like he does all these things, like where he'll do these, like he'll get these subscribers and he'll do these challenges, like stay inside the circle for 100 days to win $500,000. And so literally it was like, it might've been, I don't know, 100 days. Right. So they literally made this circle, and he spends like hundreds of thousands of dollars on these, like, and they're just YouTube videos, you know, sometimes they're 10 minutes, sometimes they're 15 minutes, whatever. Right. So it was like $500,000 if you stay inside this circle for 100 days, and he picks a random subscriber. They fly him out, like literally airlifted a house onto this circle And this dude spent like 100 days, and then it's just them filming, trying to get the come out. Yeah, they end up at like one point towards the end, like cutting the house in half. He's doing all this stuff, and so then the guy stays, and he gives him $500,000. It's I don't know what it was. It might have been $250,000, but whatever. It was hundreds of thousands of dollars. He did like the Squid Games, like he did a reenactment of that. Dude, he bought an island and did this like island challenge where he was giving away an island and hid like this briefcase. Like there was all these challenges that all these people had to go through. It got down to like, I don't know, 5, 6 people. Then they put them on this island, bury like a briefcase on this 6-mile island or whatever it is, right? And these people have to find this briefcase hidden in the sand. Finally, someone finds it and wins an island. This is what he does. Like it's just all this like craziness.
Good for you, Mr. Beast.
Amazing stuff. Like, and I watch it, I'm like, man, I cannot even be angry at this. And the kid's how old is he? Like 23, 24, 25? I mean,
yeah,
he can't be that old.
Sure. Yeah, this specific article, I'd have to find out. I mean, his real name was Jimmy Donaldson.
Jimmy Donaldson.
Which again, I don't know if that takes anything away. It's like taking off the mask of the
revealing who you are.
To know that Mr. Beast actually has
your name is Jimmy.
Yeah, wait a minute. Yeah, Jimmy Donaldson. And so some people, if they didn't already know Mr. Beast, they may have seen in the news recently. He said that he had been offered $1 billion to sell his empire, basically his entire network, everything. He was offered $1 billion by a large company, and
24.
He's 24 years old.
24 years old. Just turned 24 in May.
Yeah, he turned down $1 billion. Said he wouldn't even consider selling for $1 billion. Just felt like that wasn't even close. He said it would take at least $10 billion for him to be willing to sell.
Well, it's like anything. If somebody offers you $1 billion, you know that it's probably worth at least 4 to 5.
Sure.
Right.
That's the reality of it. If they're willing to give you that, it's worth that much more to them once they get their hands on it. So
he says it's a 10x. Now, here's the thing. You've built something up that they're willing to give you $1 billion for. I'm not sure completely what the difference is between $1 billion and $10 billion. You pretty much feel it at that point. Like you're in good shape. He's not interested in doing it. Now, I also saw, interestingly enough, that Gary Vaynerchuk, a lot of people are familiar with Gary. He came out and said that he would not sell it either. He feels like even 10 billion wouldn't be nearly enough.
Wow.
I mean, come on.
As we move forward, the ability to be able to have people, like, not only are you building content, but you have followers, you have people, and they're buying all the different things that you create, that over time, that's just going to become progressively more and more and more valuable. And there would be no upside to ever getting rid of that. Why would you get rid of it? You don't need to. And clearly Mr. Beast is making plenty of money. So there's no issue there. I don't think he's like hurting for cash that he needs to sell this thing off for $1 billion. But Gary V says even 10 billion, not enough. I'm going to issue a challenge right now to Mr. Beast for free. For free. He doesn't need to pay. He does not even need to pay. I'm willing to bring him on here. You get the horn show. We will talk with Mr. Beast free of charge. He doesn't need to pay. We're not asking for $500,000, $500 million, anything else. Mr. Beast, if you're the real deal, accept the challenge. Come on, get the horns. You want to really do it for real. You're buying islands and you're doing all kinds of stuff. You come on this show. You come into the Lion's Den, and we'll put you through it, and we'll see the real deal about Mr. Beast.
Yeah.
186 million 186 million combined subscribers. And I think they said he has about 27 billion combined views on all this stuff.
That's insane, dude.
According to this, though, his net worth is 25 million.
Gotta be more.
I don't know. Yeah, that was as of October, according to wealthygorilla.com.
Oh well, they're a trusted source. They're a trusted source.
Very
I
trusted
think
source. Well,
Forbes gets a lot of their information from Wealthy Gorilla.
the gorilla. Yeah.
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 So the way that sounds to me is because of all the views and subscribers and stuff like that, that it probably adds up to that 40 million. And then, but what he's worth, what people are willing to play, that's where that billion comes into play.
Oh, yeah,
because he
for
probably
sure.
has all the rights to everything. All the channels are all his, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
good for
and
him.
he was
24
on-
years old, man.
He doesn't want to sell it because he couldn't imagine working for anyone else. He said that would
Working
just
for
be
anyone
weird.
else,
What?
So it's like-
What,
it's like
what,
he's not
what is he
selling
talking
it.
about?
He like my thing is, wouldn't you sell it and walk away? But I'm
Yeah,
sure
you
they're
don't
looking
have
to
for
work
the
another day
value
in your
is to
life.
Have Mr. Beast be a part of it.
Yeah,
We're not buying a
I mean,
subscriber list and then they'll drop out the moment Mr. Beast is gone. So you got to
For
stay
sure.
on as an employee.
Yeah, they're buying him at that point because I mean, what would a Mr. Beast channel be without Mr.
Yeah.
Beast?
It's gotta really
He was
rely
on Joe Rogan not too long ago. I think I saw a few clips on TikTok, and he like, normal dude. Like he's like he said he had to buy like a bigger house only because his house kept getting broken into, so he had to buy like a bigger house just with better security and stuff. And he's like cars don't really excite me, like just real humble. Like
Wow.
I'm not real big into like stuff. Like he's just doing what he's doing. So
Well, that's what I'm saying. All of his time now has to just be devoted to Mr. Beast. You know what I mean?
Oh,
And just
yeah.
building
Yeah.
and creating and doing. And I mean, obviously he has networks. It's not just him. He's networks of people and, different things probably and constant content creation going on all the time. So that that's probably where his time gets spent, is just keeping that machine running. So
yeah, no, absolutely. Hey, score update. It's a barn burner, 420. Denver up 6-0.
Yeah.
Getting ready to punt the ball.
that's a thriller. We got a thriller here on Thursday Night Football.
Amazon has to be like, crap, what did we spend all this money on?
Listen, all I need is just 15 to 18 points from Sutton just to get my weekend going for fantasy football. Let's go, Sutton. But that's
15 to
not-
18, huh?
Well, I'm just saying, let him get his average.
He's got 2 catches for 11 yards so far. So,
Yeah, so he's got me 3 points.
so we're getting there. We're getting there, slow and steady.
So,
Did you guys see the Detroit and Seattle game?
no. Oh, well, I saw the final score.
Well, yeah,
did
I
not see
saw-
the game, but I
Okay,
sure as heck saw the
so-
final score.
So the score was 48-45, which they
Yeah.
said has never been done
Yeah,
in NFL history.
Scoregami.
Like I looked it up, it's like over 17,000 games played in the NFL. How does that keep happening? I feel like
Yeah.
every single year we get a scoregami. Like how has that never happened?
Yeah.
48-45. Like
It's
it
a
doesn't seem
common-
like it would be that difficult to hit. Yeah.
That's crazy.
So the Lions lead the NFL in scoring with 35 points a game.
Number one offense.
Crazy.
And they're last in defensive scoring.
Number one
35
defense in last place.
35.3. Listen, they've scored 140 points this year and they've given up 141. How
Wow.
funny is that? And I thought the defense would actually be somewhat decent this year. I mean, they
Yeah.
got, those
Got
two
players.
rookies, there's two linebackers, Hutchinson, and then that linebacker at Hard Knock. I'm not even sure if at this point, if anything, but yeah, how crazy is that? It amazes me that you can play that many games and that score has never come up. Like
Yeah,
NFL's wild, man.
it is. It's
Greatest show on turf,
Yeah.
baby.
It's crazy, man.
It's
It's crazy sport. It is probably at this point America's greatest creation. I mean, I know people say democracy.
Sure, no.
or jazz music, or some rock and roll, whatever it might be. But man, I don't know.
Yeah.
For its window of time, the NFL has really gained on democracy. I'm going to
Yeah.
say this: I admit that democracy was the clear leader for quite a long time.
Sure,
But
sure.
really,
it was,
if you look at like just like pound for pound over the period of time that the NFL's been around, 55, 60 years now, boy, I don't know. It caught up. I mean, it was way behind. Democracy had a massive lead.
sure,
on the NFL.
sure. Yeah.
And man, I mean, the role reversal. I feel like democracy is really going downhill right now, but the NFL is more popular than ever. I mean, people really respond to the NFL, and people just not as into democracy anymore as they used to be. So things ebb and flow. I mean, it's the natural state of nature, and we're seeing
telling
that.
you.
So
telling you.
congrats to the NFL. I mean,
Okay,
if you had
kudos.
you can go into non-democratic countries and the people are not clamoring
Mhm.
for democracy. But if you
No.
told them that there's going to be an NFL game there, they'd be all over it.
All over it.
I mean, think
All
about it.
over
We're
it.
going into Wembley Stadium. Nobody there should really care about football, but they
Selling
love the
out,
NFL.
too.
You go to Mexico, you go to all these places, people freak out about the NFL. But
We
Mexico is
put-
not freaking out about democracy.
We
That's
put
not
the
a thing for
worst,
them.
and we send them the worst games ever
Yes.
for
Who do we-
at Wembley.
Who do we got this weekend? Who's going over there?
Always
Is
like
it
the
Green?
Jags and the Raiders or somebody.
No,
Green Bay?
Giants and Packers. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I
This
thought.
week.
It's
Yeah.
the best game they've
Yeah.
ever had.
I mean, honestly, yeah, absolutely. Both 3-1.
'Cause
Like
traditionally
it's
it really is. It's
100%.
the Jags and like the Raiders.
Is
or
literally
somebody like
it was like for the longest time where like under teams, like all the teams that played there were under 500. Which I mean,
Yeah.
but I guess Packers gave up a home game to go there. Like, were they forced to?
This is an
Really?
interesting thing. I know this for the Ravens in their lease, their stadium lease and their agreement with the NFL states that all home games must be played within the state of Maryland. They were very savvy about how they did this.
Oh, look at them.
Unless
Yeah.
there's permission from the team to do
Okay.
otherwise, like in the event of a storm or a natural disaster type of deal.
Right.
And so essentially what they're saying is, oh, we could go to London or Mexico or whatever and play, but it isn't going to
Right.
be a home game for us. We're not going to lose a home game. We're not losing that revenue, right? So Steve Bisciotti,
Like Shad
being a very
Khan's
smart
like,
owner,
please. Yeah.
he's just like, hey man, I'll
Yeah.
go anytime. We'll move
Yeah,
over there.
yeah,
But
please,
Bisciotti, I
yeah.
think was savvy, and I think some of the smarter owners are pretty savvy about saying like, oh, we're not giving up all the revenue generated by home games to go over there. If it's a road
go
game,
there.
fine, we can live with it.
Who owns
But
the
yeah.
stadium, Todd?
So it's the Maryland Stadium Authority that has the deal with the Ravens. So it's kind of an interesting deal. So it was all worked out. Of course, there's a certain amount that was taxpayer money, and so the way they worked it out in the lease agreement was just that home games are truly considered home games. They have to be played in Baltimore, and if they're not played in Baltimore, that ain't a home game. So it's going to be interesting. Like I've thought about like, man, is the NFL going to try to figure out a way around that? But if it's in
Yeah.
your stadium lease, there's not a whole lot they can do.
I think there would be a whole lot they can do. Yeah. I mean, I guess unless they ask and get
Yeah,
permission.
incentivize
It's
the
like,
team to be willing
yeah.
to do it.
I don't know why anyone would want to. Like, I don't. That's why I was like, the Packers are the home team. I'm just like, man, you don't have issues selling out Lambeau.
Ever.
I mean,
Yeah.
why would you
Unless
be
it's
giving up a
just to
home
grow
game?
fans overseas, right? That's the only thing I can come up
To
with.
grow the
game,
Like,
that's
if
it.
you're really looking at the long game, right? And
But
you're
are
just
they?
saying,
Like,
hey, we're a
are
lesser
they?
team. I don't know.
I mean,
if
honestly,
you
like when
are-
soccer comes over here,
Ugh.
it's like, oh, it's the novelty of it, right? So I mean, they'll sell out like a stadium, but I mean, honestly, like, are
Yeah,
you
those
getting
people are
any
going back
like
to another soccer game next weekend and next weekend and next weekend?
right? That's why I'm just like, I don't know. I mean, it seems like a novelty thing. I mean, I guess they had NFL Europe for a while, and
Yeah.
but I mean, obviously that didn't last. But yeah, I don't know. It's 9:30 in the morning games are just weird. I mean, it's got to be terrible
Set
for
your
the
lineups.
players.
Yeah, it's hard enough also just
Jeez.
being out on the West Coast and getting used to 10 a.m.
Right,
football
yeah.
and like all that stuff. I mean, both
Yeah.
of us having to deal with it in London.
That's it. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, that's crazy. It's kicking off. It's 9:30 our time.
Yeah,
It's
Yeah,
just
it's-
gotta be
It'd
terrible.
be hard on the players. Can you
Yeah, that's
imagine,
what I mean.
Like it's just got to be so
No.
difficult to get yourself used to and ready for that. I mean, you're talking way out of your comfort zone and your routine.
Right. I mean, I guess they're going over. Most of them going over beginning of the week, I suppose.
I think so.
But
Yeah,
Give
to
as
get
much time
acclimated
as
with
they
the
can,
time
yeah, I
difference and
think
stuff
yeah,
like that.
you'd have to. Phew, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tough.
Well, good luck. I won't be watching.
Yeah, all that work, and I'm still not going to watch it.
I'll catch the highlights.
Still don't care.
Exactly. Oh my gosh. How many people
All right,
had
guys.
the
Go ahead.
and also, how many people had the Eagles as the last undefeated team in the NFL this year, right?
Man, they're playing some
No.
good football. Now,
No.
they haven't truly
Man.
been tested yet. So let me say this. In fact, I said I was going to do this, so I'm going to make sure I'm a man of my word. So on our TikTok the other day, I'm not going to say I got into an argument with this gentleman, because I didn't. I was in many ways kind of agreeing with him. I was talking. I had done a little Monday Night Football reaction show,
Yeah.
and so within that, just kind of talking about some of the events, from the game, what we saw, and so a gentleman reached out, and he was kind of giving what I believe was his maybe prediction for how things would go moving forward. So I will tell you right up front, he hates the 49ers. He was very clear about that.
Fun of the way you were dressed, Ted.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, here's what he said. So he started with, and I'm gonna give him a shout out. I told him I would. Banana Clip 63. So Banana Clip 63 on TikTok.
What's up,
Shout
Banana
you out,
Clip?
bro. Told you I would.
Yeah.
He messaged
Was
me,
Banana
and,
Clip 62 taken, or?
It was taken, yeah. The first 62
Oh, okay.
were the hardest to get. You're
They
never gonna
are.
get.
They are. Yeah.
I mean, you gotta go 63 or above if you're gonna banana clip it. So I had posted a short video on TikTok talking about the fact that I really thought 49ers defensive coordinator DeMeco Ryans is going to be a very hot head coaching candidate in the next cycle.
He will be.
The way that team is playing right now, if they
100%.
continue doing that, I really think DeMeco Ryans is going to be a hot candidate. So I get a message here from Banana Clip 63 saying, quote, 49ers suck, dude. Again, I'm not a 49ers fan. Couldn't possibly care less. I was only reporting what happened in the game.
Mm-hmm.
And I wrote him back and said, yeah, they might, but they didn't suck on Monday night. And the defense played well, 7 sacks and pick 6, right? What do you want me to tell you, bro? So then he comes back and says, I didn't watch the game.
Oh.
So, okay, well, didn't watch the game. He said they're an up and down team, no stability. I didn't realize the Eagles would be 4-0. Very good point. I said, definitely, Eagles are no joke. They haven't really been tested yet, but they look strong so far, and Hurts is really coming to his own. And he said, could it be, and maybe this is early prognostication here by Banana Clip 63,
Mm-hmm.
could it be a Chiefs-Eagles Super Bowl? Too early to tell.
That would actually be awesome.
That would be
I'd see that.
it's very early in the season to know, like,
Well,
are the
you
Eagles
said
gonna
they
get
haven't
rolled
been,
up?
but listen, this is our next 6 games: Cardinals, Cowboys, Steelers, Texans, Commanders, Colts.
So they're not going to be tested all season. They're not going to be tested.
Where's
all
their
season.
loss?
Yeah,
Where's the loss?
Yep.
After that, they face then they face the Packers, but they got the Packers at home. They're
So
going to be
they could be
favored in
10
every
they could be-
single game.
Wow.
They're going to be favored in every single game the rest of the way.
Incredible.
Cardinals,
Incredible.
I can't imagine they're not going to get
Cardinals
past them.
terrible.
Cowboys will be a difficult. I probably will give them a little, just because it's conference and you know how those always go. I
And
mean,
there
conference
could be a
plays.
fluke loss that falls in here, like there always is.
I mean,
a
it's
crap game
possible.
somewhere or something.
Sure.
It's hard for them to stay motivated for that long. So we'll see. But point is, darn good team. And
Darn good team.
and they're
I-
playing
yeah.
well. So
I
won't
just
be an
I
easy
don't.
out.
No, I don't see them. I mean, the next 6 losing. If they do,
Right.
it's probably it'll be a 1 loss. So I mean, what are they gonna go into? The Cardinals, they'll be 9-1.
Yeah.
I mean, at worst, 8-2. I mean, no, they're not
crazy.
gonna. Yeah, I don't. They're not gonna be tested. I mean,
No.
they are who they are at this point. I mean, you get this far into it, so yeah, that's
Yeah,
craziness.
blessed with a
But
great schedule, and
Yeah,
they're
I-
taking full
absolutely.
advantage of it.
100%, because what they finished last year, they finished second or third. I
Jeez,
don't remember.
won't even
It was
remember
probably
now.
second or third. Yeah, I don't remember, but yeah, no, I mean they got a favorable schedule, and they're just clicking on all cylinders. So
Well, and just to finish off my conversation here, because I did, again,
With
when
Banana Clip
Banana
32,
yeah,
6 or
60,
whatever.
63. Sorry, Banana Clip
63.
63.
Oh, okay.
When he told me, that he it could be possibly Chiefs Eagles Super Bowl. Again, I'm going to say he was hedging his bets a little bit. He said maybe too soon to tell. He didn't really like fully predict this, right? On this show,
Sure.
we make a history of hard predictions.
Yeah, we just
put
say,
out
yeah.
the real information, and we're almost always right. But I did tell him, good question. It is early, but I'll try to bring this up on the show and see what the crew thinks. And so I've done that. Banana Clip 63. I'm a man of my word. Told you I'd bring it up on the show. Chiefs Eagles Super Bowl certainly a possibility.
It's not crazy, right?
No, it's not crazy at all.
I mean, who else is really
Banana Clip 63
gonna?
is a big Chiefs fan, by the way.
Okay, that makes
He's a
sense.
Chiefs fan.
I mean, who's really gonna push the Chiefs at this point in the AFC? I mean,
You
Chargers
have
aren't
Buffalo.
healthy.
Buffalo would end
Buffalo?
up pushing them in
There's
the
three
end.
teams maybe.
Yeah.
Baltimore,
it just
Buffalo, Kansas City. Those are your strengths.
I mean, Buffalo Ravens got to figure out how to stop losing, being up 17
oof.
back-to-back home games.
I'll tell you a crazy stat. The Ravens have trailed for a total of 14 seconds this season.
Oh my gosh, were you
Yes,
serious?
I'm dead serious. That is a real stat. They have trailed. First, I heard 17 seconds. I will say this, and then I heard two different times now 14 seconds.
14.
They have
So
trailed
between
for a
14 and
total-
17 seconds. Yeah,
Yes,
depending on
trailed.
who's
So they
counting the
have
clock.
a lead, been tied or leading for the entire season, other than 14 seconds of time.
That's
So-
disturbing.
Crazy.
So on one hand, of course, is it incredibly frustrating to see them losing games like this? Well, obviously it is, right? But if they're able to solve those problems, I mean, they're putting up points. I mean, they
Oh,
put
yeah.
up great points against Buffalo and everyone else. The offense is doing
Oh,
its thing.
sure.
It's defensive collapses. So it gets really interesting. The point is, I don't need to go down the rabbit hole on the Ravens, but just that, yeah, maybe we could write them off right now saying, well, they're 2-2, but if they were 4-0 right now, we'd be going, oh my goodness, it's Baltimore, it's Buffalo,
Oh, yeah.
it's Kansas City.
Yeah.
And if Baltimore
Yeah.
already beat Buffalo, then we'd be saying
No, you'd be
Baltimore's the
saying
number one
Baltimore.
team to be pushing Kansas City. It's
Yeah.
a 14-second swing that that takes it the other way. That now
It's
people
crazy.
are kind of doubting it.
Yeah. I mean, it's 14-second swing, but that's giving up 17 plus points
That's
in
right.
back-to-back games.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, well, giving up more than 17 points, it's letting them come back after being up 17 points. That's
Yeah.
back-to-back home games too, man. That's
Brutal.
crazy. Like you just don't think about it. First off, you don't think about Ravens having a good offense. You
Yeah.
think about them
Yeah.
having just the
Defense.
smothering defense and playing ball control. And man, they're just putting points up left and right. But I mean, maybe they're putting points up too quick. I don't know.
Yeah.
A couple of the talking heads out there were saying one of two things. Is it that Lamar Jackson can't play with a lead, or can Lamar Jackson not play two halves of a game? Which is it?
Did you put any of that on Lamar?
No,
Yeah.
I don't think it's Lamar issue.
Weird.
Well, the thing is, the ball's in his hands, right? So he has to create. In the end, it has to be him, the one that's throwing and or running the football. So, I mean, whether he's making the calls or not, I mean, I've heard people yelling that, Harbaugh needs to go. Like, I mean, talk about, taking a 2-game sample and going crazy,
Right.
although,
Yeah.
albeit that they were quite extraordinary in what happened. But people are trying to, like, put blame somewhere. And can he not play with a lead, or can he not play two halves of a football game? Which is it?
I mean, I'd have to look. Tad, you probably can speak more to this, but I mean, I don't know that he's ever played like two bad halves. I mean, I don't know.
Look, I think the whole thing is this: if Lamar goes out and puts up 35 in the first half, then
That should be
he
probably
shouldn't
good
have to
enough,
play.
Should
right?
be enough.
Yeah.
Should be
That
enough.
should be good
So
enough.
the idea that then you say,
Yeah.
well, he didn't do it in the second half. What do they need to put up 70 to win games? Like,
Right,
at-
yeah,
at
that's
a certain
silly.
Point, you're
And it's
kinda like,
offensively
okay,
driven
we're
league.
comfortable.
Yeah, right.
I mean,
Yeah.
because you feel like you're comfortable, and I think like I don't think there's any significant drop if you look at his completion percentage and those types of things in the second half, and we can pull this for maybe next show. I don't have.
Yeah,
I
that'd
know
be a
who
good,
Lamar is, but
yeah, it'd be a
we
good
can
little
pull
thing
that
to pull and
information.
see.
Look at. We won't see
Like
him
how bad is
scoring
it?
as much, and all of that stuff.
No, but
obviously.
you would think that's got to be play calling too. When you're up 17, like
Yeah.
you're not going to want to throw the ball all over the
No.
place. You want to control. I mean, you should be running the ball with JK. You should be, just dinking dunks and keep the clock moving, stay in bounds, like all that stuff. Like when you have a 17-point lead, that's what you do. I mean, that's 3 scores. I mean, you just control the clock at that point. So that's a good question. Yeah, I'd love to see what his second half stats are and to see if that would be
Who is your offensive coordinator, Tad?
Greg Roman. Yeah. And so, he's been the offensive coordinator since we drafted Lamar. He created and crafted the offense for Lamar. Certainly has taken criticism previously for being conservative, running the ball too much. I mean, there's been lots of calls about that, but nobody's saying that this year. I mean, the Ravens have
No, not at all.
ranked offenses in the NFL. I think we were number 4 overall offense in the NFL last time I looked.
Yeah, you got to think he's going to be getting some head coaching looks at some point too. I mean, if you're able, especially if you're able to craft an offense around a player like Lamar and be so explosive. I mean, Lamar can just do most of it himself, but put him in the positions and going from there. So,
and it's an extremely sophisticated running game too that they've built to be able to take advantage of things with Lamar. But now he's stepped up so much on the passing side. It's crazy. So, we'll see what happens. I'll be up in Baltimore for the game Sunday night football, Ravens Bengals. Had somebody reach out and offer me some tickets, and so I will be
nice.
Yeah, so
nice.
That should be
Steve Buscemi, what's his name? No,
Sure.
you don't have to drop names. Whatever.
I'm not gonna say. Yeah. I'm not gonna say who. But let's just say that
Mel Gibson's brother.
Gary.
A greasier
Gary
Mel Gibson.
Gary Gibson reached out. So, look, I had the opportunity. Somebody offered me tickets. I said yes. So, going up there for the game Sunday night, Ravens Bengals Sunday Night Football. So I will try to potentially shoot a little content from up there as well.
Nice! Yeah, I can't wait to see
get
that.
some pictures and video here, at the game. So should be a good time. Definitely hoping to be able to see some things turn, because I'll give you a crazy stat, and I know we got to get ready to wrap up here. We obviously talk all night, but I'll give you guys a crazy stat as it pertains to the Ravens specifically. So,
because we are so wanting more Ravens news.
That's right.
Please
give us the Ravens info that we need and desire.
You're gonna want to know this one because this is very much in line with what we were just talking about, and to a point that it is creepy and scary to see. The Ravens' record in games with a 17-point lead from 1996, the time they came into the league, to 2021, the Ravens had 100 wins and 3 losses in games with a 17-point lead. This season, they have 1 win and 2 losses.
Yeah, 2 losses
games
there
with a 17-point lead. So they went from a record of 103. They were the best closers in the NFL. 100 wins and 3 losses with a 17-point lead. And then this season, they're 1-2 in games with a 17-point lead. Now, there's a lot of things you can look at there. I'm going to more point to that kind of being a fluke and be fixable based on the players that are there. But we got to see it fixed, right? So
that's it.
It's just insane stuff, insane records and stuff like that. So, we'll see where it goes. But
that's craziness. Well, we'll see. Any predictions for this weekend, boys?
Only that if I go up to Baltimore and I see us lose to the Bengals, I'm going to throw myself out, like off the railing of the or off the escalator, maybe like that. The guy
that makes sense.
Lost to the Jets. Yeah. So that's my prediction.
I predict Tua will not play this weekend.
Okay.
That's bold. That's
soon.
A bold
I don't know.
prediction. That's a bold
I think they've already announced.
You heard it here first. They've already announced that. You heard it here first. We're calling it now. Tua doesn't play this weekend.
Tua doesn't
Call
play
your friends.
this weekend.
Lock down some money on that.
Oh, that is fantastic. That is fantastic. All right, I got 2 for you. Falcons beat the Bucks.
Ooh.
and the Steelers beat the Bills.
You know what?
Little bit of homerness in me, but
Jeff,
they beat the Bills.
I wanted.
Listen, they at least cover the 14-point spread. We'll go with that.
Dialing it back a little bit, but okay.
We'll back up just a little bit.
Listen, I know, Jeff. I know we were talking through text Sunday when they put Pickett in, and watching what he did out there. I'm sorry, but yes, he threw what? He ran for a touchdown, or he threw for a touchdown? What was it?
No, first quarter. Again, another stat that it's like, how is this possible? But he was the first quarterback to rush for 2 touchdowns since like the 1970 merger in his first NFL game.
Okay.
So he ran for 2 touchdowns and threw 3 picks.
Right.
However, I would argue 0 of those picks were on him.
On him. Every last one of those things touched off of your receivers and or tight ends' hands. Every one of them.
Yeah.
I was like, that's not his fault, man.
No.
So kudos to him. Good luck. I hope he does well, and you guys right the ship.
Listen, man, we may not right the ship, but at least
get it in the right direction.
And let's see what happens, and let's see what he can do. So, but yeah, no, I think it should be interesting. But that's my bold prediction here is Falcons beat the Bucks and the Steelers cover the 14-point spread.
All right.
I won't say win, but they'll cover it. So
okay.
All right.
Hard to not like that. Sorry, guys. I'm having a little bit of technical troubles on my side.
Oh my God, what are you wearing, Ted?
This is the show telling me that it's time to wrap it up. I think.
Oh wait, maybe.
Could it be?
Oh, there he is.
Right
there he is.
Yeah,
there he is. Don't.
I won't. An exit.
Call an exit. Well, fellas, it's probably about time for me to go catch up on the Equalizer with my girl.
Oh, you gotta love Queen Latifah. One of our great national treasures, Queen Latifah.
She's a treasure. She is a treasure.
There we go.
Latifah, honestly, you know what? I said earlier about the NFL and democracy. Queen Latifah might be the triumvirate of great American exports. Democracy, the National Football League, Queen Latifah. So, congrats.
That's the Equalizer.
Congrats, Queen, on another season of the Equalizer. Man, the people have been waiting. You got to give the people what they want.
Very believable show.
Yeah, she's a former CIA agent, and she wants to bring justice, and she's out there equalizing.
I appreciate her.
Has to help the less fortunate, and if it's not going to be Queen Latifah, I don't know who the heck it's going to be. I just don't think it's
nobody. She's the last hope.
Let's be honest. If Denzel couldn't reprise his role, the next best choice is Queen Latifah.
Yeah, if you're on that call sheet, you go Denzel, and then you basically it's like the letters are almost starting to overlap each other.
Oh yeah, that's Latifah. It. Yeah,
it's
Queen.
Like, okay,
the Queen.
Yeah. It's almost like, did Denzel turn it down? No, he just didn't answer the phone when we called. So we just immediately called Queen Latifah, who also always answers the phone. So she answers the phone. She's got nothing happening.
Never passes a roll.
If you call. And she jumped right into it. Man, I mean, talk about bringing hard-hitting action to primetime television. Nobody does it like Queen Latifah. So
that's it.
Thank you, Queen.
That's
Thank
it.
you, Queen, for all
Thank
you
you.
do.
Thank you, Queen. We appreciate you.
A grateful nation thanks you.
Have you guys watched the Dahmer series?
No.
Okay. We need more time to be able to talk about this. We're not going to do it tonight. I watched the first episode.
And
have you seen it?
I have not.
No.
Okay. My wife and I watched the first episode, and I can only speak on the first episode. Straight up creepy as hell. To the point that my wife wants to keep watching it, but says she needs time for watching the second episode. I was like, what, a month? It was a few days. It was a few days ago that we watched it at this point. I brought it up multiple times. Like, hey, do you want to try to watch the next episode of that Dahmer thing? No, I'm not ready for that yet.
Nah, just not yet. Not yet. I need some time. Oh my gosh. And we need to get down to the guy who survived Dahmer and and kind of ratted him out and got it. That dude has a crazy
Spoiler alert. That's
backstory.
what's featured in the first episode of the show.
Really?
Yes.
So is it kind of like a
Spoiler
back?
alert for the people out there.
They kind of
Yes,
start from the end and
Well,
work
trust
their
me.
way up or something.
You're
Oh Lord!
seeing, like this is like it's like you're in Jeffrey Dahmer's apartment.
Oh,
You're
so
watching
creepy.
him go to the gay clubs and talking with guys and trying to entice them to come back to his place and seeing what happens and
Oh,
how,
wow.
yeah,
Oh.
it is creepy, and they take their sweet time like bringing this thing out. And I'll tell you one
Wow.
of the things briefly here that was so difficult. You have to see his father get the phone call when Jeffrey Dahmer gets arrested. And it's like he has no idea. He has to go to the police
Wait, this is
station.
the first episode?
Yes, this is in the first
Oh,
episode. I got
Lord.
no idea where it goes from here. I got no idea. So he they tell him there was an attempted murder, and his father goes down thinking somebody tried to kill Jeff.
Sure.
And so
Because
they're
he's an
like,
unassuming
hey, sit down
man.
here, and
Yeah.
we need to talk with you about what happened. And he's totally confused. And then they have to tell him, like, we found body parts. There was a
Oh
severed
my
head in our
gosh.
son's refrigerator, like all of this stuff. So it's crazy. But the episode 1, well acted, very interesting. Yeah, I'm interested, but it might be another 2 or 3 years before I get an opportunity to finish it
Sure.
based on my wife's pace right now. So we're gonna have to see how it goes. But it was
Oh my gosh, that's
it's
hilarious.
interesting. So I do want to see more.
Very
of this.
nice.
So what you got to do, you got to equalize your watching, your viewing. So it's one of those shows, and like you got to watch something upbeat that try and like neutralizes the depth
Yeah.
of the craziness of what that show is.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, I think like something like Squid Game or Faces of Death would probably be like a good palate cleanser.
Yeah.
Like that's gonna seem way better than what you see in Dahmer. So,
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
yeah, so we'll see where it goes. Again, for all the people out there, seriously, no spoilers. Don't be messaging us
No.
on TikTok or
No, no,
Twitter
no.
or
Yeah.
anything else
No.
telling us what happens with
Yeah.
Dahmer, right? We don't want to know.
Yeah.
We're
We
starting
don't. We
off-
have
Yeah,
no
we
clue what
no
happens.
idea.
So.
Yeah.
I just
If
wanna
he
learn
gets
about
away,
Yeah.
with it, I don't want to find out till it shows
No
itself.
way. No way. Because I got screwed with that OJ special they did, and I don't want to see it happen again with
Yeah.
this. Like,
Yeah.
I thought the guy was going car shopping for a white Bronco, and then I find
Yeah.
out later that it was like, no, it's a whole thing. Like, dude,
That's a
straight
whole
up killed
thing.
people.
Yeah.
So I don't know for sure about Dahmer. I'm gonna hold out judgment. Unlike the rest of the world, I refuse to judge him until I
No,
see the
yeah.
whole show.
No.
Right, so
No. Yeah.
That's
Let
just
the
me.
system work. Let the system work.
That's it. That's it.
Exactly. Yeah, innocent
That's
until
it.
proven guilty has
Boom.
to actually mean
Mhm.
something.
Mhm.
You know, again,
Mhm.
we were
This
just
is
talking about
America.
democracy.
This
This is what it's about right here. This is what our forefathers fought for. It's what Queen Latifah still fights for as the equalizer.
Mhm.
You know, you
Mhm.
protect those documents. That Constitution
exactly
means
it.
something. So
That is it.
yeah, but it's crazy. First episode's crazy. Worth checking out.
Huh.
If you like, if you like to be creeped out. We don't watch horror movies or any of that type of stuff. I don't like that. type of
Yeah,
stuff.
son.
This isn't that, but man, it's creepy. So worth a look,
Psychological
and-
thrillers. That's
yeah.
it.
So check in with me in the spring. I'll tell you how episode 2.
Sure.
was.
Sure.
But,
Sure.
Spring
Yeah.
of 2024, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Just making sure.
Yeah. So
Oh.
plenty to discuss. But yes, we can do a deeper dive on that at some point. Definitely, just the whole Dahmer story and what's going on. There's a lot to obviously discuss with all
Nice.
of that. One of the craziest things you can imagine. All right, where are we at, gents?
Yep.
Should we wrap this thing up? We've given the
Yeah,
people a
it's-
ton of entertainment.
Gave it a
Let's
good
get
I
run.
would
outta
say we
here.
gave them too much entertainment. We may
Well,
have
we
choked
did.
them.
We
may have
did.
choked them with entertainment.
That's it.
They've had enough.
That's it.
They've had
It'll be worth it though once we get our residuals from Biscuit Head. What was
Brewing.
Aioli.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Aioli.
Yeah.
Green Man
Green,
Brewing.
green,
Yeah.
brewing, yeah.
Green Man Brewing. Yeah,
No,
Cosmopolitan. Yeah,
Cosmo-
Cosmopolitan.
Vegas,
Yeah.
I mean, come
Visit
on.
Yeah.
Vegas local. Yep.
That's right.
Use my promo code.
Yeah. Hashtag Hefe.
Yeah, so you're gonna want to take advantage of that.
Yeah, definitely. If it doesn't work, just keep trying it.
Just
Just
keep-
keep,
try.
just
It
keep
eventually
trying.
it'll
Yeah,
call.
yeah,
You call
Yeah.
if you need to. And tell
yeah.
them
But just try to get the little tilde over the E, so you'll be good. So
like Limon, like on The Office, right on the top of your bottle. Lemonade,
Yeah, with the thing.
lemonade.
Oh man.
oh, promo code Hefe.
That's it. Use that.
That's
Use
it.
that. And honestly, seriously, if they don't process it online, call the Cosmopolitan directly.
Directly, yes.
Tell them
Absolutely.
Tell them
Tell them you got the horn sent you.
Yeah, that's right. You got the words. Told me Hefe for the password.
The
So,
promo code just doesn't
yeah,
work. I
promo
don't know what's
code
going
Hefe.
on.
Yeah.
They'll trust me.
Yeah.
And-
Just
and
direct
if
them
they
to
try
our
tell you
site.
no, just like they're just giving you a
Yeah.
hard time.
That's
The
it.
promo
That's
is
it.
so significant; they're not just going to give it to you easy. They make you work.
Sure, no, they make you work for
Absolutely.
it. Yeah, if nothing else, send them to us. We'll talk to them.
Absolutely happy to.
Yeah.
Happy to.
Yeah, happy.
We'll square it all away
we've
for
done
you.
it before.
Yeah. You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
We're good.
So awesome.
All right, guys. Well, listen, great show tonight. Great job. Everybody I know enjoyed themselves. We're the ones that put the work in, but we do it for the people. The people certainly had a great time and will, as they listen to this moving forward, think this episode will be widely beloved. And, probably go down in history as one of our best. So until next time, have a great night. We'll talk soon.